Night Cable 1983, a horror story. The small town of Bridgemont, Ohio, felt like it was trapped in a snow globe that nobody wanted anymore. Wooden houses darkened by rain, the tired neon sign of the local diner blinking red, and streets that went completely silent after 8 o'clock on the radio. David Bowie in the hearts of the teenagers. Impossible dreams, and above everything, a sky that seemed heavier than the air. Eddie Coleman, age 16, had always felt the town was hiding something. He wasn't paranoid, he was observant. His father had worked at the old power station, a concrete block that looked more like a military bunker than anything meant for electricity. It had been closed since 1978, after an accident no one dared to explain. His mother always said one thing, "Don't ask about that place." But Eddie always asked. And he always will. He was the type of kid who recorded the sounds of the night on a cassette tape, who opened TV sets to understand static, who believed the universe was much bigger than what adults could admit. Too smart for Bridgemont, too strange for the rest of the world. The night everything began, he was sitting alone in the dark living room, big gray foam headphones covering his ears, a sharp recorder in his lap. He slowly turned the radio dial until the station vanished into deep white noise. In the middle of the static, a voice. Not music, not an ad. A whisper, like someone trying to speak through the noise. Eddie Coleman? Can you hear me? He froze. His heart stopped in his chest. Nobody knew he was here. His father was working night shift. His mother was out of town. Eddie whispered, almost afraid of answering, "Who's there?" The voice changed. No longer a whisper, it echoed, like a person talking from inside a metal tunnel. "Go to the station, we need you." The message looped, over and over, then silence. Eddie ripped the headphones off, shaking. The station. That station at Chapter 2. The station Bridgemont slept like a worn-out animal, breathing through its windows. Eddie pedaled through cracked asphalt. Orange streetlights stretched shadows like long fingers. The cold wind cut his face. Rain smell rising from the south. Every corner creaked. Every sign rattled. Nothing alive except him. When he reached the abandoned power station, he saw something impossible. The fence was open, the padlock broken. The gate swinging like a warning that it's night. The building looked even more like a tomb. Cracked walls, black windows like eyes. Eddie took a breath and stepped inside. The silence felt thick, almost liquid. Old lanterns, dusty boxes, cables thick as snakes. He went down the stairs into the underground, where light had never lived. At the end of the hallway stood a massive control panel, covered in buttons, connected to an internal antenna with wired metal cables. And on a dusty desk, a cassette tape with his name written in pencil. For Eddie, 1978. Before he touched it, the tape started playing on its own. The voice was his father's, younger, sharper. "If you're hearing this, it means things went too far. We thought we were picking up military frequencies, but we weren't. They respond. They listen. And now they want you. Eddie. Don't come here. Please. Don't answer." The tape ended with a dry click. The world spun around Eddie. The tape was from 5 years ago. A red light flicked on the panel. Then another. Then another. The metal began to vibrate, and the voice returned. "You came. We need you." It wasn't a whisper now, it was clear, like someone choosing each word with care. Eddie stepped back. The ground trembled. Chapter 3. The other side of static. Kids in town used to tell a story. If you turned the radio dial just right, you could hear the other side. Adults laughed, but what if they were right? What if radio wasn't just a signal, but a door? A metallic crack echoed through the room. The antenna glowed white, pulsing like a heartbeat. The air distorted, like heat over an engine. And from that vibration, a shape emerged, dark, wrong. A body made of shadow, with thin, broken lines like a TV with a dying signal. The face had no face, just a pulsing void full of static and the voice. 1,000 voices at once. "We want your world." Eddie ran, but before he reached the stairs, the creature touched the cable, and the entire station collapsed into absolute silence. No wind, no echo, no life. The creature vanished, like it never existed. Eddie sprinted out, pedaled back home. The town looked the same, but when he passed the main square, Nobody, no cars, and no lights in houses that as if the world had been unplugged. Only one sound. A whisper of static in the wind. Chapter 4 White noise. Eddie reached home. Locked the door. Fell to the floor of the living room. His heart pounded like drums. He turned on the TV. Channel 3. Static. Channel 4. Static. Channel 5. Static. Then inside the white noise, an image him sitting in the same room. But in the video behind his back, something was moving. And the voice. Accept it. You're already connected. Eddie unplugged the TV so hard it nearly fell. Silence returned. Outside. Nothing. No crickets and no wind through the window. He saw the city completely dark, except one distant point, the power station, and in the sky, a long white scar, as if reality had been torn open. Chapter 5. The choice morning came weak, as if the sun feared shining. Eddie walked through town. The houses were open, coffee cups still hot on tables, but no people. Like the whole city had been pulled into another frequency. Eddie knew what he had to do. Go back. Face it. Find the truth. Inside the station again, the voice welcomed him. You are the signal. You are the bridge. The panel glowed violently. The antenna turned like a mad radar. Eddie realized what it meant. This wasn't just radio. It was living interference. They didn't want to destroy the world. They wanted to replace it. A trade point, one reality for another. They lived in the static, hungry for matter, hungry for bodies, and Eddie was the first human that answered. He put on the headphones, closed his eyes, and spoke with a shaking voice. If you want our world, you go through me. The station exploded with light. Creatures emerged like shadows tearing through fabric. Eddie grabbed the cables and did the unthinkable. He turned the transmitter into himself. His entire body shook. The voices tried to invade his mind. Static burned his brain, but the city trembled, like a film rewinding itself. Then, silence, just his breathing. When he opened his eyes, he was lying on the floor. Outside, he heard cars, people talking, a child crying. Life was back. But Eddie knew he wasn't alone anymore. A whisper remained inside his thoughts. See you soon. Epilogue 1985. 2 years later, Bridgemont is normal again, or whatever normal means now. Eddie still records the night, still searches for signals in the static, because sometimes, in the deepest part of white noise, he hears a breathing that isn't human. But now he isn't afraid, because he is part of them, and they are part of him. The story never ended. It just changed the channel.